Hello guys, welcome to the episode and epilogue. That is the thing that we are doing. I don't know how long this epilogue is. This is a different day, and I also don't know where this is following the episode. Is this the beginning of a new episode? Is this just kind of tacked onto another one? I don't know. Never can tell. Oh, is that Monica?
Oh, you're awake? You were lucky. You would surely have perished if I wasn't there to save you.
Yeah, well, no one else is going to do it, that's for damn sure.
I changed my mind and decided to stay in this town a while longer. And while I'm here, I figured I should see this through to the very end.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, you mean why I saved you? Because I'm the same as you. I'm disappointed, with endings that waver between despair and hope.
Now that's...
I wish a real war had started. If it did, I know a brilliant hope would have been born.
That's
is why
very
I
appropriate.
allowed myself to be captured after all.
So you did it on purpose?
But you aren't finished yet, right? Nothing has really changed since you began. So I need you to continue working hard, so that a splendid hope may be born. You have tasted the bitter despair of having your meticulous plan fall apart around you, so I know you can do it.
Really? Which side are you on?
Does it even matter? Anyway, why don't you be the successor for now? If that is your intention, I will lend you a hand. If my schedule allows it, of course. There is somewhere I need to be later.
Wow, this is...
I shall raise you to be her copy. One even more realistic than the real one. Someone like me, who both hates and loves her more than anyone else.
It is so
I should be
soft,
able
it's so hard to
make
hear.
you more like her than even she herself was.
So you're making Monica into the perfect Junko? Why? I'm sorry, Monica will never replace Junko in my mind. God damn it, he's still alive?
With that successor or whatever?
You're talking too loud. They'll hear you.
They can hear all they fucking want. A bunch of chumps teaming up together makes them suck even more.
Well, when you think about it...
You're just above your head talking about how we suck?
Beginning. Trying to create a successor while the original still exists?
I know this was kinda my idea, but kids sure are stupid idiots.
Not just the kids. The adults are idiots too. Just by causing a little unrest, just pushing them a teeny bit, I had them spinning around in the palms of my hands.
So Shirokuma was manipulating the whole time?
You look, you sure are wicked inside. Even if the outside's white, the inside's pitch black. You a rice ball or something?
I may be wicked, but you are too. After all, we are.
No, not we. Maybe I, or maybe it's me.
Well, they're pretty much the same. White despair, black hope. In the end, neither one. But I guess that works too.
Who the hell is talking?
Really give a damn
The voice
about
changed,
this
but I don't
town
recognize
from
it.
the beginning. The fact that those guys will take an interest in this place will yield a much more fruitful harvest. Hey, don't you think so? Personally, I think they did a pretty good job for a group of kids. Hey, don't you think so? Thanks to them, the preparations are nearly complete. Laying the foundations for the final match. It's so despairingly perfect. Hey, don't you...
Thank you.
Oh, you're so forceful. What? Am I being too noisy for you? I see. I didn't know you still felt such emotions.
Is that
Or
Haiji?
perhaps you're forcing yourself to
Oh,
be
no,
something
no,
in
no.
a
Is that
situation
freaking...
like this. Well, not that it matters. Anyway,
I
leave
think
the rest
that's,
to you. Though I'm sure the next time I see you, you'll be someone else entirely.
Yeah, that's the main character of Danganronpa 2.
I hope you can at least have a little fun. I hope the future is going to be one you can't predict.
What the hell was he doing in town? Black hope and white despair.
I was waiting to hear from you.
God, I'm glad to find subtitles again. It wasn't too bad whenever the Kurokuma and Shirokuma started talking. I could understand them pretty well. Although I still don't know why their voice changed like that. I feel like it was supposed to be a character I recognized, but I definitely did not recognize that character's accent. It sounded like, you know those like well-to-do ladies. The ho-ho. That's what it reminded me of. But that doesn't. There's no one in Danganronpa that sounds like that. But yeah, whenever it was just Monica and Nagito, I could not for the life of me I was like holding my earphone up to my ear just to try and make out what they were saying.
I'm so relieved. I'm glad you're safe, Byakuya.
Byakuya, what about your sister, man?
Well, safe enough, I suppose.
Are you outside Toa City? You must be if this connection is secure, right?
No, we destroyed Toa City.
Yeah, I used the secret passageway under the shrine. The captives are safe, thanks to the relative of that idiot we know so well. I'll introduce you to her later. She's much more talented and useful than he is.
Well, that's interesting. By idiot, I thought he was making a back-end market Makoto, but then he just kept it up. And
what's your position? I'll send rescue right away.
And actually, no. I bet the idiot is the fortune teller.
Before you do, there's something you need to know.
Huh?
Komaru Naegi and Toko Fukawa are not with me.
Because Komaru said she was going to stay in the city, right?
Not with you? Why?
I'll let her explain.
How? She's not there.
Her?
She asked that I send you this message. It might be garbled a bit, but it'll do.
Can you see me, Makoto?
I understand why this is necessary, because you can't actually make a connection to get out of Toa City, but this is just... I'm sorry, I know enough about electronics. You can't shoot a picture of a, like, camera phone. It won't pick up. It just... The technology... You can't do that.
You're surprised that I'm not leaving, right? Sorry for making you worry. There's a lot I want to say. But first, let me explain why I'm not there.
It's really interesting that Toko would leave as well. I did not see that coming. Now, this is where I thought it would start.
What are you saying? All this time, you were bawling about how you wanted to go home.
Oh, come on! I was not bawling! Don't make things up! Jeez!
It's actually, that lets Byakuya get his, like, surprise at being rescued under control, because he hears them coming.
Why? Why are you bringing up something like that? Do you feel responsible for their revenge? But that wasn't your fault. You can't feel bad about that, not even a little.
And he got to do a really awesome boss fight at the end.
No, that's not it. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. This is my decision.
I've made up my mind.
Then why are you doing this?
Why not?
Didn't you want to get out of this place and live a normal, peaceful life? But now you want to stay here? That's like the complete opposite.
You're right.
It's not because you feel despair.
No, it's the opposite.
No, of course not. I don't want to get slapped again.
Then why?
Even I'm not totally sure.
Ultimately, it's because she feels like she can do some good here. And I feel like she feels a certain sense of kinship to this town, which is odd, because she was just locked in a room for a really long time. But
earlier, when I said how I want to save both, all the scary feelings and hesitation I've felt were gone.
Awesome.
Even though the odds were against us, for some reason, I felt courage. I think it's because I was confident that that was what I needed to do. But what would happen if I leave this town with you and Byakuya? What would happen if Future Foundation came here to suppress the riot and uncover the secret? And then what would happen if the remnants of hope were to find this place? It would turn into a war. Just like Monica said.
Yeah, that's kind of her whole plan. And at the end, her one consolidation would be the war might still happen.
So you're saying you're going to be this town's hostage in place of Master?
Until now, I kept relying on you. And I never really got to make decisions on my own.
That is very true. She's been somewhat corralled pretty much the entire game.
But I was like that even before I met you. I used to give up all the time. But the decision to save everyone was one I made on my own.
I know what she's saying. I don't mean to undercut the, gravitas of the moment, but it almost feels like she's saying, I finally had an original thought. I can't give up on it now.
Of course. I'm scared. And I'm worried. But despite that, I've made up my mind.
Okay, I was kind of kidding when I used that line.
I won't give up until the very end. I'll make sure I protect both.
Idiot. You're awfully optimistic after all this.
And she's also starting to do the chicken dance. In just a second.
Seriously, what are you thinking? You're just like your brother sometimes.
At this point, I really feel like eventually, like, is anyone going to come save me? Or more clearly, is anyone going to come save me?
No. I think I got it from you.
Me?
You were with me all this time. If I have changed, it's your influence, Toko. For now, I'm going to be fine. This is much better than imprisoned life, regardless.
That is certainly true.
So don't worry about me. Go back with Byakuya.
But we already know she won't. Is that why she wasn't around with Byakuya at the end of Danganronpa 2? Because I thought it was really weird that she didn't, stow away with him.
You two are the only ones who can persuade Future Foundation not to interfere here. So please, don't be mad.
What? Of course I'm mad. Jeez, why do I have to stay behind in a town like this?
Oh, no, you misunderstood. I meant I'm the one who's gonna stay here.
Toko is not dumber than you. She understands what you said. That she's just talking about what she's going to have to do now.
If you're going to stay, there's no way I can leave. I decided to be with you too, remember?
That sounds really interesting out of context.
Toko.
Do you really think some brother complex girl like you can be Master's substitute? In a hostage trade, you and I are barely enough for one, Master Byakuya. So, I'll stay with you. That's the decision I made, no complaining.
Well, how long that'll last before she's like, God damn it.
But you said you wanted to go home with Byakuya.
I don't need your concern. Master and I are rock solid. Even if we're apart, our feelings towards each other will never change.
Yes, that's correct.
Huh? Master Byakuya!
I knew he could. Yeah, I'm surprised he waited this long to say something.
It's true what you said. Even if we're apart, my feelings of disgust toward you will never change.
Master?
So the reason I've decided to stay isn't because someone forced me to. It's a choice I made myself. But I know that I can't just expect things to change right away. Just because I'm
What if that line where he says discuss changes based on the grade you've gotten throughout the game?
I know that I can't become real Hope, like you. So, I'm going to wait.
I'm gonna become a false Hope.
I'm going to wait for the day you guys defeat the remnants of despair. And come home safe.
Or convert.
But you don't have to rush or anything, okay? I'll wait until the day you come to pick me up. I have the gun Mr. Byakuya gave me. And I have my reliable friend Toko.
Who's freaking immortal, by the way.
And about Mom and Dad?
I've got to actually say, it's kind of funny. Someone on one of my last videos was talking about how Toko has plot armor because they talked about how she was waiting for Byakuya at the end of Danganronpa 2. So obviously she can't die in this game. However, I remember when I read that, I was like, what are you talking about? Toko has literal armor as well, in that every time you control her, she's immortal.
I didn't find anything. I went to the torture room later, but it was empty. The film that girl forced me to watch must have been recorded earlier. Or fake.
Or both.
That means there's a chance they're alive and well somewhere, right?
Look, I get that you're all about hope, but there is a limit. And of course, you're going to be the one to take it to the limit.
Maybe even somewhere in this city. That's... Okay,
Whoops.
Sorry, this video is getting pretty long. I guess I should wrap it up. The next time you see me, I might be so grown up you don't even recognize me. Just like how surprised I was when I saw you. See you later, Makoto.
So that's the situation. I thought all your sister was good for was cowering in fear. But there you have it.
I don't know if you can really say that anymore, Byakuya. She did, like, quite literally save your life.
Seriously. Well, she surprised me before.
Hey, Makoto. You know what we have to do, right?
Watch the anime?
We have to stop this idiotic war and return here to retrieve them. We wouldn't want to betray their expectations.
Yeah, you're right. I've made up my mind, Byakuya.
Everyone's saying that!
If a situation like this ever happens again, no matter how dangerous the trap, I'm jumping right in, so I can end it properly, with my own two hands.
For a second I thought that might be foreshadowing to the anime, but no, that's foreshadowing to the end of Danganronpa 2.
Hearing you say that reminds me of what you said back at the academy.
Huh?
I'm really glad they actually brought back Makoto's voice actor. He almost had nothing to say, but I'm glad they went ahead and said, no, we need the actual voice actor. Even though it's not many lines, we need this to sound authentic.
Hope keeps going, huh? Fine. I'll partner with you for just a little while. At least until I've repaid the debt I owe to Toko and your sister.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you do owe us. Alright. Oh my god, what do I say about this game? This... Oh my god, There's a lot of really good things in this game. There's a lot of really good things about this game. There's a lot of things that are worth playing in this game and worth seeing. But there's also a lot of things that frustrate me about this game. In the long run, this is a game that his plot went nowhere. They came in and they introduced the Children of Hope, and then they killed off most of them. We actually don't find out what happens to the little actress, but it's presumed she survived. Obviously, Monica is out there somewhere, but they just introduced a couple of new people as villains, and then the villains were thwarted. They introduced Towa City, and then Towa City was destroyed. So in the end, this didn't really expand significantly upon the plot of the previous games, it is so standalone to almost be ridiculous. I don't fully understand. You know, it feels very, very, very kind of unnecessary, to be honest. If I played Danganronpa and Danganronpa 2 and then, you know, went straight into the anime, all I would really miss out on is some of Toko's character development, knowing who the hell Monica is, possibly knowing who the hell the little actress is. And that's about it. It's like, it feels less like an extension of Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa 2 and more like a weird side story that isn't necessary. It's like, I talked about this once before while I was playing it. The greatest reason to play this game is to really get to see the development of Toko as a character. Because I'll be really honest, I did not like Toko as a character. Prior to this game, I thought Toko, I thought she was interesting, I thought she was funny, I thought the Genocide Jack personality was amazing, and I kind of wanted her to be in Genocide Jack form the entire time, because that one was really, really fun to be around. But the actual Toko personality that was just like, Master Byakuya, I like being yelled at, I was just, oh my god, why? There's nothing exciting about it, there's nothing interesting about that. And I didn't understand why so many people like Toko. I fucking understand now. The Toko is a really, really, really interesting character after this, and after seeing her growth, and after seeing her grow from beyond being a simple one-dimensional character. You know, before she was a really boring character with a really awesome, like, secondary characteristic. And I really, 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 really enjoyed Genocide Jack, and now Toko is legitimately one of my favorite characters in the series. Frankly, she may be... Is she the bug? It's close. She's right up there with Byakuya. I do think Nagito is probably my favorite overall. He's just super, super, super interesting. So I'm a massive fan of Nagito. And after that is probably Toko and Byakuya. To be quite honest. So, other than that though, what was good? It was a very interesting game. They handled the first-person shooterish well. I mean, I've played some like knockoff games in the past. I played the arena games and Dancing All Night, and this was a much better game than at least Dancing All Night. Dancing All Night was awful and seemed like a complete waste of time. The arena games were fun and had an interesting story and weren't badly done.
Alright then.
And this feels the same way. It feels not at all badly executed.
Hey, you aren't ready yet?
Toko?
Don't shout so early in the morning.
Dang it, I don't know which direction east is, so I don't know how early it actually is. Although their shadows are very pronounced, so I will accept it's probably early.
You're not really a morning person, are you? Are you secretly staying up late without me?
Thanks to your Jimmy legs and snoring, I can't get a good night's sleep.
What is a Jimmy leg? This is Jimmy.
I am so not snoring. But it's true I might toss and turn while I'm asleep.
Why are you guys sleeping in the same bed? I know you're best friends, but come on.
And it wasn't just snoring. You were talking in your sleep, saying, Makoto!
Lies! Definitely lies. And if you want to get a good night's sleep, why don't you go sleep in your own bed? We're in a hotel. There's plenty of other rooms.
Don't be an idiot. What happens if a ghost shows up?
You could move a second bed to that room.
Oh, so you're into occult stuff now.
Well, you really did get possessed, right? So, ghosts do exist, right?
Seems logical.
Well, I guess that's just one more thing you're afraid of now.
It's all your fault. Come on, let's go. If we don't keep a watchful eye, these people are gonna start fighting again.
Have you found a way to get the Monokuma heads off the kids?
No time to slack off.
What? But you're the one who woke up late.
Hey! I
Well, she doesn't listen to you.
Come on, Toki!
Okay, that was a very weak ending. It was actually a really good scene until the I told you to wait. So that just seems completely out of character for her. Why would that's not anything like she said the entire game. Is that Usami? To be safe, remember her name. Ultra Despair Hagakure. Can now make use of the bonus mode where you can view CGs and listen to BGMs. Loading the cleared save data with the star, you can check them out. Thanks for playing. Okay, so as I was saying, kind of at the end of things, where I would absolutely, you know, where does this game rank? What do I think about this game? What is the, you know, ultimate point of this game? Okay. Oh, God damn it, purchase? I have no money, I spent it all. Now I get this crap? Arrgh. Anyway. Kitty, move. Shoo. So, ultimately, I liked the game. I thought it was definitely fun to play, and for it being a shooter, which I hate shooters, it was way better than I thought it would be. I'm not sure if it really added enough that its playtime required. It felt like you had to endure the game. Oh, this sounds bad. Okay, when I say endure, I don't mean that like playing the game was agony, but it just seemed like, you know, the first 4 chapters of the game added absolutely nothing. And so from a plot perspective, you know, previously, playing the game was a very, very intellectually stimulating exercise. You would go through, you would have a mystery, you'd have to figure stuff out. And they kind of tried to somewhat simulate that with the puzzle rooms, but it didn't really work. It didn't, you know, I never felt there was some intellectual challenge, but I never found, you know, anything tickling my brain in terms of the plot until the very bitter end. And that was the big problem, I feel like. You know, I really had to figure stuff out and make associations and make connections in the previous games. Whereas this one, it was just sort of, you're on rails and just go forward as the game unveils itself to you. And that was pretty, that was my big complaint. It was a shooter, and shooters aren't very complicated, and it was fun to play, but it didn't feel like a Danganronpa game to me. It felt, there was a lot of things it could have done better. But that said, I consider it a much better attempt at continuing a story in a new game mode than either Arena or Dancing All Night. Both of them really didn't feel like Persona games. You know, Arena was very good. I loved Labras' story, but it was like Labras' story was the one shining part of it. And Danganronpa, you know, actually merged the modes well and told an entertaining story and did what it set out to do. I don't have any complaints about the game. I feel like it's not that elements of the game didn't work or that I didn't think things should have been done, or that I was disappointed in the game that I ended up playing. It does not reach the same pinnacle of success. So they fell short and only hit, you know, greatness. If that makes sense. I don't know, greatness may be overstating it. It's a very, very good game, and I'm very glad I played it. It's not up to the same standards of, oh my god, that Danganronpa 1 and 2 were.